Good day, everyone. I am Crisofe Kalumba, an assistant professor in food science and chemistry and co owner of the Tea Culture PH. It is an honor to share with you our journey in culturing Davao's first living yogurt milk tea. At the Tea Culture PH, our mission is to let the customers experience culture with a novel, healthy, and memorable yogurt milk tea while supporting some locally produced ingredients and giving back to the community. With the values of integrity, passion, resilience, and upholding social responsibility guiding us, we are working every day toward achieving these goals. Our main branch is located at MS Land Complex, fronting Toyota in Matina, Davao City. We also have a branch in Tagum City. Let me begin by mentioning this quote from the novelist Rosa Gray: "Do it with passion or not at all." Passion is a big word. Finding what you are passionate about is a challenge in itself. And not doing anything about your passion is an even bigger problem. In my case, I've been passionate about gaining knowledge and experiences, and this love for learning led me to start a business, which entails 101% passion too. I am a full time teacher, and my business partner, Miss Josie Gilabtan, is a real estate broker. We've known each other for more than a decade now through UP Mindanao, as Josie previously worked in the Office of Extension and Community Service. She has been a very good friend, and with constant communication about our life goals, the partnership was ideated early last year. While our plans were halted due to the pandemic, we had the opportunity to reassess our personal goals. So we agreed to push through with this venture. Our milk tea uses real yogurt that is sourced from the culture spoon, which is lovingly prepared by a fellow food scientist, Miss Mylene Arsena. We decided to tap her expertise because we saw a very high potential in her product. At present, Mylene is working as a full time instructor at Davao del Norte State College. So, with the right people on board and just the right passion, the Tea Culture PH was born. The name, the Tea Culture PH, targets to expound on two things. First, the Filipino culture manifesting increasing love for milk tea. Second, the microbial culture involved, as the drink is made of yogurt produced using live bacteria that proliferate in culture. What pushed us to venture into this business? We first identified the problem and the opportunity. There is increasing consumption of milk tea among Filipinos, and we saw this as a chance to introduce a healthier option. In this case, through using yogurt as the main ingredient to potentially help boost immunity, especially during a health crisis. Also, we thought that starting a business can support a more stable future for our families. With our knowledge and training in food science and Josie's expertise in sales, the Tea Culture PH came to be. This is a product of my exposure to the wonders of lactic acid bacteria and probiotics primarily when I did my master's research. I earned my master's degree at Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in the US. My project was on beer with probiotics immobilized in durian rind powder. When I returned to the Philippines, my interest in probiotics has always been there. So, what are these probiotics? These are defined by the Food and Agriculture Organization and the World Health Organization as live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host. It has been reported that consuming probiotics has beneficial effects on human health. Probiotics are shown to prevent gastrointestinal diseases and they can restore unbalanced microbiota to improve our resistance to viruses such as the COVID 19. This concept of probiotics is the science behind our business. So, upon my return to the Philippines, I had some realizations. The world needs impactful food innovations during trying times like this pandemic. Food science remains an undervalued field. Despite the role that we play in innovating, introducing interventions, and making food healthier for all. Second, with enhanced knowledge and skills, we have to challenge ourselves to go beyond our comfort zones. I was very thankful to be returning to UP Mindanao with a more open mind. I asked myself, how can I use my newly gained skills beyond my comfort zone? Yes, we started this business from scratch. I do not come from a family of businessmen or business minded people. I do not know all the basics there are in starting or managing a business. I have to agree that the most difficult step is starting. It is also important to know when and how to get help. So, find a mentor if possible. This is the photo of our prototype. The moment we made up our minds, I immediately researched making milk tea and looked for suppliers for the equipment and ingredients, while my business partner began planning our finances. To note, our first sensory panelists were our dear families and friends. We then scouted for staff who can commit full time. It felt surreal to be providing a work opportunity. So we first tapped our families, of course. They were then given a lecture and training about food safety and product quality, as we believe that we have to invest in knowledgeable, skilled, honest, and resilient people. Then we launched our first flavor, the signature yogurt pearl milk tea, which we first sold from our homes. We catered pre orders for Saturdays and Sundays, and since Josie and I both have full time jobs, it was not easy to experiment with new flavors. Thus, we released a new flavor every week at least. While we were starting, we also wanted to educate the people about our product, what probiotics are, and what yogurt is. Communicating the science behind food is one way of giving back to the community. We were on a home based setup for more than a month while we were working on our physical store. The tea culture PH is, in fact, the product of family effort. As we wanted to cut on the renovation expenses, We got a lot of help from my father, who painted the shop, Josie's husband, who took charge of the electricals, my mother, sisters, and the rest of our families and friends who gave valuable input. From this, right now, our shop looks like this. In August last year, we opened our first and main branch in Matina, Davao City. This photo was taken during the grand opening. And just last March, we opened another branch in Tagum City. In our Tagum branch, Miss Mylene Arsena is already on board. I'd like to take this opportunity as well to acknowledge our families, especially my sister, who has also been working behind the scenes. With more repeat customers every day, we decided to reward their loyalty with this loyalty card. The business was also featured in GMA Regional TV 1 Mindanao. This interview was done during our shop blessing a day before our grand opening. We also got featured in Manila Bulletin and in Sunstar Davao. I have to say though that it has never been easy. Why? First, you will be challenged financially. You will have to properly budget your finances, and you must have control over the cash flow. This also entails patience, as no return on investment comes easy. Know that there are good days and bad days, so always look at the bigger picture. Second, you need to balance your time and responsibilities better. This is especially challenging if you have a full time job. Handling a business while working as a full time professor with teaching and research responsibilities has taught me important life lessons. The process will make you sharper and wiser. Third, others may bring you down, but do not lose focus. Learn to welcome criticisms. You will always get criticisms. Use these to improve your product and services. Acknowledge all feedback, good or bad, but focus your energy on the positive ones because these will keep you going. Lastly, managing a business entails patience, sacrifices, and double the motivation. It was also tough to start a food business at the height of the pandemic. Several reports have stated how businesses have closed down and are devastated due to limited mobility. This taught us to strategize. Right now, we are open for dine in, pick up, and deliveries. With food delivery as the main mode of getting food nowadays, it also took some time for us to determine which methods work best. And running a business will teach you many things, such as how to handle money. It is important to keep track of all sales and expenses every day. How to handle people, handling employees, customers, and suppliers, it's a different responsibility. And of course, how to handle yourself. You will experience unimaginable physical, mental, and emotional stress. But always remember why you started the business in the first place. Always focus on progress. Prioritize self care and self love. These are some tips with regard to sharing the dream of pursuing a business that makes a difference. Start a business with a long term goal. It is okay to start small. Do not be afraid. Don't stop learning and learn to accept feedback. Use all the help you can get, seek legal advice, love innovation, and take good care of the business. At present, I manage the store remotely and I visit the shop whenever I find the time. My business partners and I make sure to check on the operations and sales at the end of each day, ensuring that things are in order. We also keep our communication lines open in case of an emergency. I also got the chance to share with Sunstar Davao the pros and cons that I see in side hustling. The pros include more time for growth, diversified income for a more stable future, and the opportunity to inspire and help more people. On the contrary, all out risk taking may cause downfall when the business is not planned out well. So there is a need for thorough research and constructive advice. So, what are the future plans of the Tea Culture PH? Where do we go from here? At this point, we are looking forward to expanding our menu, testing our products further, and opening more branches, God willing. That is all. Thank you very much to the UP Mindanao TTBDO for this opportunity. Make sure to follow the Facebook and Instagram pages of the Tea Culture PH and try our product for those who haven't yet. This is Kriza Kalumba. Thank you and have a good day.